I'm Mark McAllister in the Corktown Regent Park area, right across the street from Nelson Mandela Park Public School. This is a community that rallies around everybody else, and especially the person that is normally standing in this spot, the local crossing guard. They are the fixture that everyone loves, whether you're a parent or you're not a parent. And now there's some questions about whether the person that normally stands here is actually going to be here come fall, less than 4 months from now when the next school year starts. And so we took those questions to City Hall to try and find some answers. For 12 years, Imad Abbas Attar has been making sure the kids at Nelson Mandela Park Public School cross Shooter Street safely. His employer at this point, Toronto Police. Next year, a new private company still to be awarded a contract by the city. Have you had anyone reach out to you about next year yet?
Not yet. We're waiting for next year. Probably in September we know everything.
City Hall just went through a very hasty process and came up with two companies, Caraway and ASP, to take on school crossing guard services. The suggested price tag, $48 million over 2 years for more than 700 locations. Is the idea that these companies will be in place and be able to supply those crossing guards by this September?
Correct. That's what we need to have happen, because the crossing guards are critical to school safety, and we need to make sure we're moving forward.
That's a very difficult task.
I think that the good news is there's lots of great crossing guards who are already deployed, who worked for police, that will have sort of the first opportunity to fill those positions.
While the city says the companies went through a proper analysis and one of them has helped with backup guards in the past, Caraway's experience is with the valet industry, not necessarily in children's safety.
So you want to make sure that the right people, they go through the right checks and they have the right training. And I think for any organization that would be a difficult timeline to achieve, but here we are.
Caraway claims it will find the right people for the job with a full PR campaign to back it up. The city says it will be keeping a close eye, including the use of GPS technology to make sure guards are in place. Does it mean Imad will be back to greet the kids in the fall? Those in the neighborhood sure hope so.
He should be back. He's awesome. He's not the type to just stand there and direct. He's very social. He's very social. He talks and he's pretty good. I like his attitude. I could honestly come here on a bad day and he'll just change my mood within a second.
He has established a relationship with our kids. And he's a great guy. I don't think that they should have to lose their job just because they're changing contracts with a new company.
I just hope that whoever's behind all of this, that they make the right judgment calls to keep the people that already know the kids, know the families. It's not just a crossing guard. He's the guy that brings the safety to the neighborhood too, right?
Well, you can tell there's certainly a love for Imad at this corner and at the school and in this community. There is some questions surrounding whether or not these companies come through, and if they come through, or whether they can't. What happens if those crossing guards aren't in place? Well, the city stumbled with that when they actually said, well, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and actually approach the companies that didn't win the bid in the first place.